Okay. Okay, now before we start with our next chord and then reviewing our other chords that we have, let's start with some music theory. Now this music theory can apply to all ages, from 3 years old right up to 93 to 103 and higher, if we live that long. The first thing that we have, this applies to the guitar, this one. This is called the guitar grid. That's what this is here. Now if we took the guitar, I'll have to show you this. If we took the guitar and stood it up like this, we could think of the guitar as being a person. It has a head on the guitar, the neck, and then the body. This guitar grid, that's this part of the neck right here, the first 3 frets. So we have string 1, which is this string here. String 2, which is this string. String 3, which is that string. String 4, which is this string. String 5, which is this string. And string 6, which is this string. Now these are the names of the strings. If we were to play this first string, that little 0 on the top indicates an open string. All those little zeros mean that these strings are to be played open. In other words, no fingers on the strings. So if we were to play that first note like that, that's called E note in music, and that's where that pitch is played on the guitar. Played on the first string open. That's called E note. If we played the second string on the guitar open, that's called B. So that gives us the B note. If we played the third string opened on the guitar, that's this one, that gives us G. If we played the fourth string opened on the guitar, that gives us D. If we played the fifth string on the guitar opened, that gives us A. If we played the sixth string on the guitar opened, it gives us an E. So the strings on the guitar, we have the notes E, B, G, D, A, and E. Now, that's the open strings on the guitar. Now, if we were to put fingers on the in behind the frets or near the frets, these are the left-hand fingers. This is finger 1, 2, 3, and 4. If we were to place this first finger around this string, for instance, I'll leave the marker here. Yes, if we were to play again, finger, if we were to put this circle around there like that and put a 1 in there, that would indicate that we're to place finger 1 of the left hand, this is finger 1, in behind the first fret of the first string. So this is all of fret 1, fret 2, fret 3 right down. You see it says here frets, fret 1, 2, 3, all the way as you go down the neck, you're getting higher in sound or higher in pitch. So those gives you the fingering. So you can place finger 1 there, finger 2, finger 3 there, whatever. So that gives you the fingers for the left hand. Now let's go over to what we have down here below. This is called the music staff, or the musical staff if you want. We can write musical. Musical staff. Now the musical staff is made up of 5 lines and 4 spaces. This is line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, and line 5. This has nothing to do with the strings on the guitar. That's called the musical staff. This will apply to all instruments. Anything that's in this clef, and this clef is called the treble clef. Treble clef, or G clef. Now what this means in theory, that's the treble clef right here. If you were to make one of those, it looks like this here. That's how you make it. That's the treble clef. Now the reason it's called the treble clef is because this little thing here, this little part that sort of looks like a 9 in a way, goes around the line 2 of the staff, and that's called G. That's why it's called the G clef, but it's actually the treble clef or G clef, but that's where it comes from. It's from going around there, it's actually the G clef. But everybody refers to it as the treble clef. Now the staff is made up of 5 lines and 4 spaces. The bottom line here, that's called line 1. And this is called, when we put a note around there, it's called E. That line is called E. The second line of the staff is called G. The third line of the staff is called B. The fourth line of the staff is called D. And the fifth line of the staff is called F. Now, so we have 5 lines for the treble clef or G clef and 4 spaces. Now the way the spaces work, this is space 1 on the bottom right in here. And the name of the note in space 1 is called F. The name of the note in space 2 is called A. The name of the note in space 3 is called C. And the name of the note in side space 4 is called E. So we have 5 lines, 4 spaces for the treble clef or G clef. And again, the names of the lines are E, G, B, D, F. Now you can remember this by using the saying, every good boy does fine. Every good boy does fine. This is how you remember the names of the lines for the treble or G clef. Every good boy does fine, or if you want, you can say every good boy deserves fudge. Either, or make up another thing of whatever you want using a D or and an F to start with those, eh? Now the spaces are very easy to remember. You just look at it right off the bat. It says face, F-A-C-E. So that's how you remember the names of these spaces for the staff is F-A-C-E. Now if we want to learn where these notes are that you're playing on the guitar, okay, the first string opened on the guitar, for instance, would be, I'll have to make another staff here for you. Let's go over here. Because I want you to know where these, what pitches you're playing and where they are in relation to your instrument. Here's your treble clef or your G clef. Treble clef or G clef. Now that first note that we're playing, if you place finger 1 on the first string of the first fret, in behind the first fret, or rather, let's do the open string first. If you play the first string opened, that's the little 0 there, first string opened. This will show you that one on the guitar again. So if you played this string right here, first string opened like that, that's called E. Now when you play the E on the guitar in the musical staff, it's going to be written like this. That's called E when you see that pitch. Now that's also the name of a note. Now this note in music is called a whole note. And when you hit that note and you play it on the guitar, it's on the first string opened. It's called E. The whole note will last for 4 counts. Okay, so that gives you your first pitch, E. Now let's demonstrate that. Here's the E note when you play it. When you see that E note in music, you play the first string open. That's that note that you're playing right there. Now here's how when we see that in music, here's how we play and count that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how the whole note is played and counted. Again, it receives 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's go on to another note. Let's go on to the first string with the first fret. That chord that you learned there, if you played all those 4 strings together, gives you G7. That first finger, when you place it in behind the first fret like that, that note, you see that in music, is played right there. Again, that's the whole note. It receives 4 counts. That's called F. This note is called E. This note is called F. Okay, now that's played on the first string of the first fret. That's the F note. So now again we have the E note, which is the first string opened. It gets 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. The F note is the first finger on the first string, on the first fret. That receives 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyways, that's that for now for your theory.